While it's not my intention to talk about Matilda Djerf's office environment and her PR crisis ad nauseum, I do want to share something that has been on my mind, and it's a perspective I haven't heard from anybody else. If the things that people are saying about the way she was treating her staff are true, they are horrific. At the same time, I think cancel culture is also really horrific, and it doesn't mean that like two wrongs make a right. When I was watching the videos that people released of her interacting with her staff yesterday, and there was one where she was talking to somebody and she was like, "Oh, you're really young to be working at Djerf Avenue." And the girl was like, "Oh, I'm 22." And then Matilda was like, "Oh, you're not that young. I'm only 25. Now, that may have sounded really cocky and inappropriate. What she was highlighting there is how young she is, and 25 to run a company like she was running, they say it's like $35 million in sales. To be running that type of company at age 25 is an incredibly overwhelming task, and it's not something that 25-year-old really should be running, especially if her experience is in modeling, being an influencer, and not necessarily running a company. It doesn't surprise me that she has a hard time managing her staff and really understanding who's doing a good job and like keeping people in line. Oftentimes when people make other people feel bad about themselves, it's because that person also feels bad about herself. So I'm thinking some of the things that she was saying to her staff really have to do with some of the ways in which she's feeling about herself internally, and that maybe she was really overwhelmed and taking it out on her staff. It does not excuse that kind of behavior by any means. Like, it doesn't excuse that kind of behavior. An apology is definitely warranted, and people are deserve to have the feelings that they have about her. I just know that I'm 50 something right now. I've done things that I wish I hadn't. I've made mistakes. I've said things that I wish I hadn't, and I've learned from those things. So I just want to put it out there that I don't condone people behaving the way that she behaved in the office. I also don't condone canceling people, young people who have lessons to learn in life. I'm hoping that this is a really kind of like pivotal moment where she can either pull herself together or she can like go off into the sunset. I just haven't seen anybody share anything compassionate about the situation. And I'm not defending her. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just actually just sharing that like we're all human. We all make mistakes. And if people put a big lens on the moments in our time where we felt at our worst, I'm sure we would also be part of a public PR controversy.